what's happening here is there was the housekeeper's back. As you can see, I'm going to sit down so you can get a good view of the housekeeper who's been temporarily rehired because there was actually. You can't hear me over the vacuum cleaner, can you? There was a murder here. I forgot to clean up the murder scene. There was a murder. I killed it. I killed it last episode. I killed the FBLs, and I never cleaned up the mess. So I do have to sort of make a little bit of it cleaner because I always think that it's good. It's good practice. I hope you can hear me. Microphone testing. It's good practice if whenever you commit murder that you clean up afterwards. And especially not like me, because I did it like 5 days. I killed it 5 days ago, and I'm only cleaning up the evidence right now. But just let this be a lesson to you and everyone at home that when you're doing anything, and I think maybe I gotta clean my hands. You know, gotta clean the blood off my hands, and you can do that. If you got a really good vacuum, you can do it. It's still very good. There's a lot of residue actually here from the murder. Just trying to get it all in a few times. I don't like a bad, I don't like a. Oh no, I should have done this tonight. I don't like a bloody. I don't like. I probably got stuff like this too. Right across here, right across the camera. Okay, I don't like a bloody workstation. I don't know what kind of work you do, but in this line of business, it's not good to have, a post-murder scene. Post-murder scene, which is what's really fascinating. Now, so great. Look, here we are. I think I've done it. The housekeeper has returned, but actually the housekeeper can go home for the day because the housekeeper work is done. Let me just, before I send you home, housekeeper, let me just make sure you got everything. Because there's a lot of stuff going on here. I'm trying to keep it clean and neat, and it's not cleaning up perfectly well. Okay, I really got to get my elbow into it. It's always important to use your elbows in cleaning up a murder scene. Get on your knees, get on your elbows, really get in there. Okay, it doesn't help the distance. Let me get the microphone. Gotta clean that up too. You got to get in there and clean up. Okay, so housekeeper, you're done for the day. You can go home. And one of these days, I'm going to do the whole episode with my zipper down, but not today. So the housekeeper's gone. That was just a temporary revisiting. I'll tell you, it's a mess. I should not have killed those FBLs on this glass table. Not the glass soaks up the blood of the blood of the shoes, the blood of the soles, the blood of the soles. Moderation helps everyone. I hear there's a pop-up window. Moderation here. Let's take a moment to read the helpful tip. Is this a tip? Moderation helps everyone feel safe. Okay. All right. To build positive live chat experience for you and your viewers. Well, I can tell you, I don't even have to read that. To build a positive space, one of the things that you must do is you must first gain an audience. Because what's positive is human connection. That ability for you and others, and that you don't know, strangers, to laugh together with or at me. And I laugh with you or at you as well. You know, it's a certain relationship that we have. That's the key to a positive experience. So I don't have to read this whole bullet point. There's like 5 bullet points here. Is there more to scan down? Learn more? No, I'm all good. Add moderators to your channel. What they're talking to me about? I haven't even had a view yet. They're getting all advanced on me. You need to chill on that. But yeah, so we're talking about how I killed it on the last episode, and I'm cleaning up the mess. And I think now is a good time to say, look, it's the 10th episode. If you haven't giddied up yet today, I think now's the time. You better start giddying up right now because you're already here. And if you're not here. Nobody's here but me. But I'm going to giddy up, and that's the way it's going to go for the rest of the episode and beyond, which you won't see. But you can guarantee if I say I'm going to giddy up after this, then you can take that to the bank and to your teller and deposit it if you want. So yeah, what we're doing here, I got to set up. I didn't even have everything. It's such a haphazard thing. Everything's falling. Things are falling down over here. You know, I gotta get the housekeeper. Wait, the housekeeper's gotta come up and clean this mess up. Hold on. All right, the housekeeper really hasn't left. I just had the housekeeper's about to walk out the door, but now the housekeeper's back because, hello, we had a little spill over in the corner of the table. This Pip almost fell. Everybody loves Pip. Pip is like a regular around here. And then we got this other thing which I haven't even dealt with. It's been sitting here. This is a book, but you can't see the title. I'm not going to tell you the title. I'm just going to show you the squirrel because that's great. We'll talk about squirrels another time. But you know, I live in a place where there are squirrels, and I actually I was making a bagel. Speaking, let's get sidetracked for a little bit. Okay, let's giddy up in another. I want to giddy up over here. I was going to giddy up over here where the book is with all the notes of what's going to happen. Oh, here. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on, everyone. Let's send the housekeeper home. They've done a good job. We're going to have them. We're going to have the forensics come tomorrow and check to see how good the housekeeper's going to like auditing the housekeeper. But housekeeper can go home for the night. So good night. Everybody say good night to the housekeeper. They've done a good job and they can go home for now. They've done their job. We'll find out if it's good or not when the forensics come. Now, oh yeah, I was actually talking about how I have squirrels living in my area. And what I like to do is I like to be nice to them because I like them. I like them a lot. I like my squirrels. They're like a family of squirrels. They're very cute. And I can't actually tell you what I did quite yet. Maybe I'll make a whole episode about it. But I did something that was very upsetting to the squirrels. Something that would really make them like vengeful towards me. I took something away from them that was of great value, of enormous value to them. And so now I want to be really nice. So I was actually making for lunch. I was, what do you call it when you put the thing in a toast. I was toasting a bagel. You know, when you're doing things live, sometimes you forget common words like toast. It's okay. You guys are cool with it, right? Let me know in the comments. So, you know what? I know why no one's watching. You know how all those streamers are always say like and subscribe? And I don't tell you guys to do anything. I should probably tell you to watch the show, and then as you're watching the show, like the show, and then not just like it, but press the like button. Show that you like it publicly, and then subscribe to it as well publicly. So do all those things. You always have to instruct the audience because you know they're stupider than you, and you're their leader, and I'm Guru. I'm the host of this show, so obviously I'm supreme leader. And I should be telling you what to do. So the first thing you should be doing as the audience is tuning in and watching. Okay? You already suck. You're already not even doing that. I hate my audience sucks right now because you guys won't do that. But I'm going to tell you because you're listening to Guru and you're going to giddy up and you're going to start watching the show and viewing it right now. Okay, well, maybe a little later. I know you're warming up to it. It takes time. You got to boot it up. But yes, I was making a bagel for breakfast. I was toasting it, and the toaster was one of those. Just a toaster. It's just an old toaster. You know, it's the classic toaster. And I put it in, and sometimes the toaster doesn't pop when it's done, or it was set wrong. And so suddenly I'm toasting. I'm doing stuff in the kitchen, and I see smoke coming out of the toaster, and I think, okay, my bagel's burnt, and it's very burnt. So I throw it. I just dump it into the sink, and then I think, let me give this to the squirrels because I really like them and I want them to be happy. So let me give them my overly toasted blueberry bagel, and I kept track of it through the day to see if they took it. And they did take 1/2, and I should have put a note on it so they knew it was for me, but they know it's for me because they know. And that's what was that about? Oh, it was just about the thing of squirrels. I'm trying to get sidetracked. This is the 10th show of the episode of the 10th show. Don't mind my cold sore. It comes, when the seasons change, and I'm not crazy about it. They never last. They last too long. And it's on the downslide right now. It's kind of on. It's up on the downswing, the upside, the upswing, the downslide. Okay. It's going away. It's healing, and it'll be gone probably in a day. but I'm very self-conscious about it. Actually, whenever I look at my face, I should make like if I have a bigger budget, and this is what you guys are really this is what you're really here for is the bigger budget. You're waiting for you're letting it gestate, you're letting it ferment. And what's going to happen is when I get that bigger budget, this joke is going to be accompanied with a sort of video um, example number one. So I'm going to say when I look at my face, because I'm so self-conscious about my cold sore, which I've actually started calling it a cold sore. It's actually a fever blister. I don't know what it is. We haven't really labeled it. I haven't gone to a doctor. I'm not a doctor. I can't diagnose exactly what it's called. I just know that I get them, and I always call them fever blisters. And then I just decided, well, I'll call it a cold sore because I don't know. I thought maybe if I tell someone in public, if people ask, because sometimes I ask, hey, why's your lip bleeding or what's that? And I say, oh, it's a cold sore. I think it sounds better than a fever blister because I think one, it's a more common, it's just a less threatening term. I feel like this is important. I didn't write this down. It's not even part of the show. This is just happening organically because we're here talking. Excuse me, I'm breathing because I'm talking so fast. And oh, look, I got water here. But yeah, it's like it was a fever blister, but fever is like I don't know, hotter than cold sore. Yeah, it's in the name, but it's got sort of it has more connotations. I don't know. Fever blister just I'm gonna in my own head I'm gonna call it fever blister. I'm gonna create like when I translate as it comes out, it's gonna be called cold sore to to the general public. And when I look at my face, all I see is a giant cold sore. And I would have, if I had more advanced budget, I would have a video of what it looks like when I see myself with a cold sore slash fever blister. Is that I would have a video. So here, I'll set up for you. It's going to be visual. I always tell you, you're here. You want to use your imagination when you're watching the show, because when you giddy up, your imagination runs wild, right? With me, and so yeah, that's good. And you're watching this video, so I do. Okay, look, this is what it looks like when I see my face of fever blister. All I see is a giant fever. I don't see anything else. So then the video would be me. It's a sort of like some B-roll, and I'm walking around my house, walk around town, and every time I look into a mirror, I go to the bathroom in my house, or I go to the bathroom where I look in the reflection of a pool, and I see or a glass building downtown, and all I see is my face is just a fever blister. It's just this, but it's all my face, and that's the video. It'll be great production value. But it'll be low production value too. It'll have sort of that sense of like a um, one of those old horror films, like where it was the low budget horror film where you can tell that you can see the prosthetics, you can see the whole setup, but that makes it even more funny. So that's that. Now it's been 13 minutes, and I haven't even gotten anywhere yet. I mean, I haven't gotten into my itinerary. So let's get there. Just testing out timing wise. It's my 10th anniversary. It's our 10th anniversary. It's our 10th. We're in this together, but I'm alone. I'm alone in this together. That's the way. That's the most accurate way to put it. I'm alone in this together, and it's our 10th anniversary, 10 episode anniversary, and so I wanted to know what is the gift for your 10th episode. So I looked it up, and so it goes like this. So there's traditional gifts for each anniversary: 1 year, 10 years, and then 50 years, and there's different denominations. 10-year anniversary gift is aluminum. So what I've done here is, and see, I got this can right, aluminum can. This is very exciting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually take this aluminum can, right, and I'm going to, boom, look at that. Oh, look what I just did. That is awesome. I just crushed that right on my head. Isn't that amazing? Look, and it's still sealed. Isn't that amazing? I do this trick, right, where I take this aluminum can, which has got beer, and this is beer. You can see, I'm going to say their name because they might call me out. Might get a phone call from legal. I got the phone right here, which is dangerous because legal might call me from I can't say their name. And so, because I don't want the legal to call me. So I got this beer here. And then what I do is I take it in my hand and I go boom, and I crush it and it's sealed. That's a trick and a half. And I wanted you guys to see that, not just because it's the 10th episode of my 10th anniversary, but because it's cool. Because I got moves. I got tricks, okay? I got things, I got skills. You can't do nothing without, you can't do anything without a little skill. I mean, you can do not, you can't have a show without a little skill. So that's a little skill I have. I crushed it, right? I crushed it. This episode, I crushed it. The last episode, I killed it. I got nothing left. I can crush it or I can kill it. And then that's it. We'll probably, there's no 11th episode. I've done it all. I've killed it. Now I've crushed it. And it's all downhill from here. Now I can just, maybe squeeze the life out of it a little bit. And that's all. But here, what I want to do is I want to take the can. I'm actually going to reverse engineer this can back into full form. So let's do this because I want to celebrate our 10th anniversary. And here, actually, because of the anniversary, I feel like I need like a little thing. I wish this had a sticky part. I wish I had. Actually, I keep things up here. I think I'll need for every episode, like playing cards, which was one of my first or two episodes. And then I don't really need them, but they're here. What I actually need is duct tape. You always need duct tape. Duct tape. Even when you're taping whatever this thing is. This is like a prize because I'm 10 episodes in. We're 10 episodes in. So I want to have that here duct taped, but I'll put it in my pocket. Let's reverse engineer this can and bring it back. Okay, let's bring it back over here. So I'm going to take it from my forehead. Okay, so I'm going to put it on my forehead, right? I'm going to let me move my phone. I don't want to cause any damage. And I'm going to take it's right here. You can see it's there. It's there. Okay, it's not magic. And this is skill. It's not the magic episode. I could have a magic episode. I could do many magic episodes. Most of my episodes are magic. So, see, production's working great, right? Doing the sound, everything. So I'm going to reverse engineer this can back because this is an aluminum can. It's an aluminum. I want my gift. I want my 10th anniversary gift. So I'm going to reverse it and boom, it's back to form. Okay. And now what I want to do is I'm going to cut now here because I want to have the prize. Here, I'm going to put the can right here. No, you can't see that. Okay. Don't be weird. Don't be looking at things. Here, I got to do this right. So here, let's set this up properly. Okay. Okay. Stop looking. Here. Okay. There you go. There's the can. Okay. It's right there. Now, I want to point out that it hasn't been 10 years since the episode started. It's only the 10th episode. So what I want to do is I'm going to cut the can in 1/10. I'm going to cut out 1/10 of the can with this knife. Okay. It's the second episode in a row of knives. I should probably just keep a knife on both sides. It seems like I need the knives and I need to get, okay, so I'm going to make a list, mental note. I need to have a knife on hand, always here on the glass table. And over here, I got pieces of paper. I've got note cards, right? These are always essential. I got this thing, which we talked about last time, how I'm running out of paper. Okay, send some paper if you can. Because I'm running out. And then, I'm going to put this in my hair, because that's how I roll. And then, duct tape. Yes, I'm going to need some duct tape always around. Okay, good. We got that settled. So, just telling you guys, because you guys are like my producer. I haven't hired a producer, so you're going to have to remind me whenever you get a chance. When you get around to watching the show, you can remind me that this has to be done. So when you're working with a knife and you're cutting something like this, what is that? That's the part of the past. This. You're cutting something like this, right? Okay, so let's put this here. Okay. Here. Oh, here. This is fine. Okay, perfect. Here. That's it. Okay. So there's the can. So you're cutting them like that. That's very sharp. This is very sharp. You want to be careful. You want to be careful, especially if you're doing this around children or animals. You don't, or yourself. You don't want to cut yourself. So what I use here, not a sponsor, is these are a little dirty because they're used, and I use them. So always telling the truth. So the honest broadcast. You can just call me the Walter Cronkite of comedy podcasters, okay? Because Walter Cronkite was very trusted. Although I just found out that he took a flight on a very questionable airplane, but we're not going to talk about that. He's at the moment Walter Cronkite is trustworthy. Is it Walter Cronkite? Was he the one who did the thing? It's supposed to appear. Okay, doesn't matter. I'm the guru comedy podcasts. And when I say these are I use these to cut things, it's true. These are actually cut-proof gloves. Should we test them out? They don't cut. See, it doesn't cut. There's no cutting. Okay, I don't know about stabbing, but I've never tried stabbing. These are basically for people who work like in, if you're like a contractor or work with knives. But for all intents, it's funny. So let's take a little deviation. Intents and purposes is the expression. But when I was coming up, it's kind of like the word wheelbarrow, which I'll get to in a second. I use it's intents and purposes. Intense purposes. I used to hear the word so fast, so I thought, oh, it's intense purpose. Intense. Well, I never knew that the word was intents and purposes. It was just so fast, I just thought it was one word, intents and purposes. For all intents and purposes, intensive purposes. That's what I thought it was. And this is actually true, but when I was, let's say, in my mid-20s, late 20s, like yesterday, obviously, it's not like I wasn't born yesterday, right? I was born, not long ago, but between the time that I was born and the time that I found out that wheelbarrow is not wheelbarrow, it's not wheelbarrow, it's not wheel barrel, it's wheelbarrow, BARROW, a wheelbarrow. Instead of a wheelbarrow. Now, barrels makes more sense because a barrel is something you put something inside for transport. And a wheelbarrow is something you put inside for transport with wheels. So it only made sense to me when I heard wheelbarrow. It's like, oh, it's a barrel with wheels. And it's open because someone cut it open and you can put, your stuff in it. And that's cool. Okay, so for all intents and purposes, we're going to put these things. These are actually, I was saying, I always get so distracted. I can't even, I'm going to get so distracted, the show's not even going to end. It's going to go on forever. Oh, it doesn't work like that. Wait, hold on, I'm going to take this thing off just to make the sound. I'm going to get so distracted that the show, I'm going to forget to end the show. It's just going to go on forever.
Wow, it's very nice.
Very nice. Oh, he agreed. He likes that plan. So we're going to cut 1/10 of this can. And then I'm going to get my gift. Okay, so here I'm cutting it open. This is real cutting. Okay, not post-production. This is like not pre-production, not post-production. This is present production. Pres-production. Okay, is that 1/10? We'll have to get a scale and measure it later. But does that look like 1/10 to you of the aluminum? Because I'm pretending like right now for the time being that this is my like prize. It's kind of like, it looks like a kind of prize you get with a little ribbon and it says like congratulations on your 10th anniversary or you won something, but no. But here, okay, but something? You're very much right. This is not 1/10 of 10 years, is it? 10th episode. This is just, what is 1/10? Here, let's do the math. I can't use my hands right now, but at home, I want you to take 10 years and divide it 1/10. Okay? What is 1/10 of 10 years? You got it? You got it. It's 1 year. That's not where we're at here, is it? No. We're a 10th of that. This is the 10th episode. And maybe by the end of the year we'll have 100 episodes, but for now we have 10. So we need to turn this, which is actually a 10th of a 10-year anniversary gift. We need to turn this into a 10th. Okay. So how are we going to do that? Let's see. Let's think about this from a metaphysical standpoint. This is a 1, and we want to turn this one into a 1/10 exactly. So I'm just going to do it instinctually. Wait. Oh, it didn't cut. Okay. Oh. Yeah. That's what you get when you work with aluminum. You won't get much. Okay, here, let's fold it in half. Here, let's do some. There are mathematical ways to do this without measuring. You fold it in half. That's one tooth. I mean one one tooth. It's just one tooth. One 1 second. This is not 1 second. Oh, wow, oh, man. Oh, this is so difficult. It's not 1 second and it's not one tooth. What is it? Okay. So you fold it. It's been folded. So that's a 2. Now you fold it again. Here. Now we can speak. Okay. This is 1/4. Okay. Not one tooth. Not 1 second. 1/4. Okay. That's folded. So now all we have to do is we fold it again and we have 1/8. Okay? You see the numbers double. You understand that? Do you understand that? You better understand how this works, okay? Did you go to like high school geometry or whatever? I mean geometry. Yeah, this is at like I don't know if this is algebra or this is like trigonometry or geometry. I don't know what this is. This is the the 1 seconds, the 1/4. Now we got the 1/8. Okay, so let's say you got an eighth here. Okay, and let's just cut it a little more, and you got a tenth, just a little under the eighth. I'm gonna do that right here. I should have used scissors, but here, you watching? You don't have to worry about my fingers because these are cut proof, so you can do that. All right, I'm almost done here. Okay, it's gonna be great. I'm left-handed, obviously. A left-handed episode. I can't use these. Okay, gotta cut this. All right, why is this not working? This is not, now it won't cut. Oh, because I'm like it's folded up aluminum. Now it's toughening up on me. It's acting all tough now because it's like an 8. Here, let's just go back to the original. The other problem is this thing's got a hole in it, so I could cut my thumb. Let's choose not to use that hand, or let's like I fold it over when I got a pair I can use. So there's an 8. There's the folds. You can see them kind of there, and there's an 1/8 I think right here. So we're just gonna cut a little less, and then we should have. It's not cutting. This is ridiculous, man. I swear. This is not a very compliant prop. All right, let's just rip it. Okay. I swear this bit wasn't supposed to be 80 minutes long. Okay, there it is. There. Oh, here. I found it. Folks, here is what you should be giving me as my anniversary gift. That is 1/10 of 1/10 of aluminum. Okay? So I want to wear it proudly. So what I've done is I brought myself because I want to be sure. And I'm very honored that I've made it to 10 shows. We've made it to 10 shows. So I'm going to put this here. Okay, I'm going to clip it in. Okay, so you see, no, it's not fake. I'm not faking anything out here. Okay, here it is. I'm going to wear it. It's like a jewelry. Okay, yo. Okay, I'll put it up here. Now I can get rid of this thing. This is on this side. Okay, it's all backwards. Put it here. And yo, look at this. I'm rocking it. My new gift. Thank you. Yeah, all right. So you can send it whenever. I'm just giving you an example of what you would gift me for our 10th anniversary. That's it. Okay, I'll wear that for the rest of the night, the rest of the show at least. So we can take these off because it won't be used anymore. There won't be any more cutting or metal or anything. So I think my hands are safe. I'm gonna expose my hands, and you know what? There's something else I'd like to expose today, but that's later. And it's not what you want or think. Or is it? Well, you don't know. You're going to have to find out.
I don't think so.
All right. So now we're going to play a game I've developed. This is really nice, actually. I don't know how it looks in the light. Like if it hits the light really well, I don't know. You want to be careful because this is making you have to wear, like I'm wearing like a 1/10 of 1/10 of a piece of aluminum. You might want to get your sunglasses because this might be like shining a little too much. That's okay. Want to get your sunglasses? I don't have to. I don't deal with that. But there's this game I've developed, and it's we're gonna play it for the first time today. Okay, so I've developed this game. You know, I feel really nervous with the knife this way. I'm gonna put the knife away. Go press this in. Okay, see, okay, it's all safe now. Okay, let's have some water. I'm burping it up. I was drinking nectar before this, as you know. Okay, so this is a special game that I developed. It's kind of like a game show level game, And if we have music like, here, I'll do the music for you. So I'll make the music. It's this non-copyright music. So this is like game show music. It's going to go like this for our new game show, which is called Caterwaul. All right, Caterwaul. Yes, you've heard of you've heard it before, right? Caterwaul. You heard this word before? Caterwaul. Well, now it's a game. It's a game. It's an exclusive game that we're starting today. Caterwaul is a game where you play at home. I will show you. Move everything out of the way. I will show you, and Pip will be here as an assistant. Pip is going to show you pictures, and you are going to tell me. You're going to guess because you're playing the game. You're at home. You're the audience, or the audience are the what do you call it? Contestants. You're the contestants, and I'm the host. Welcome to Caterwaul. You're going to look at photos. I'm going to show you photos, and you're going to tell me: is it a cat or is it a wall? Caterwaul. Okay. So I've collected a few images, and we're going to start with this one. And I'm going to bring it up. Okay. And now I'm going to tell you: is this here? Let me do it. No, that's fine. This way. Let me do it this way. Okay. So here you go. Here is photo number one. Is it, here, let me get it all close in there. Is it a cat or is it a wall? You can see the reflection. Reflection, reflection. Okay. Which means you can see the reflection, reflection, reflection if you're really good. Right in there somewhere. So look real close. Let me bring it up a little closer. I don't have the whole thing. Is it a cat or is it a wall? Okay. Everyone, collaborate at home. You can call your grandma. You can do anything you want. You can sort of ask your friends or family. You can ask your cat. You can get your cat involved. But find out, is that a cat or is that a wall? Okay. Save it. Okay. Now let's move on to the next image. Okay. Wait. Let me go that. Okay. I don't like that one. I'm going to go here. Okay. Here we go. Oh, yeah. This is a good one. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Caterwaul. Number 2. Everybody ready? Contestants ready? Is it? What is it? Can you see? Oh, it's reflection. The light. We'll get better lighting someday. Is it a cat or is it a wall? Caterwaul. Caterwaul. Okay, next. There you go. Hope you're playing at home. Make sure to write down your answers because we're gonna check your results. We're gonna go over it later. Okay. Here. Oh, this is a tough one. This is a tough one. Let's say low resolution, extreme close up. Everyone playing at home, you ready for this one? Caterwaul. 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 What do you got? What do you got? Okay. All right. Good. Okay. You're fresh. Okay. Clear your mind. Clear your mind. Forget about that one. Clear those out. You got 3. Coming on the 4th one right here. Oh, hey, what is this? What is it? What is that? Wait a second. Let's get righteous. Okay. Is it a cat or wall? Cat or wall? Okay. Get it straight. Okay. Now I feel good.
Wow, I feel good.
I knew that I would. So, okay, let's do this one here. Oh, this is a tough one. Another low res, extreme close up. Really challenging you guys with this one. This is the first episode of our game show Caterwaul. I want you to tell me, is that a cat or a wall? Caterwaul. Get it. Giddy up. Giddy up. I want you to giddy up right now. Okay, because you can only play this game if you're really, truly giddy up. All right, let's do this one. I love this one. I love this one. I know the answer. What is it? This is tricky. I think this is the trickiest one. Is that a cat or a wall? Giddy up at home. Write your answers down. Okay, that's it. You got time's up. You can't look at that one no more. I've shown you too much. Let's go. Have we done this one yet? No, I don't like that one. Delete. Here, delete this one. I'm going to delete that caterwaul. Yeah, let's do this one. Oh, this one's interesting because I think there'll be a lot of controversy about this image. It's just a caterwaul. Okay. What about that? Is that a cat or is that a wall? Caterwaul. Okay. You gotta go look at it. Okay. Got a couple more to go. This game is going to be hot. I'm telling you, caterwaul. Okay. All right. We got one more. Okay. Grand finale. This one, ooh, this one's tough. Okay. I know what this is. Okay. All right. Is this, folks at home, is that a, I can't barely see it. I know it's so dark. Okay, let's put it over here. Let's get it really close up. Okay. Why is it just showing the reflection? All right. This is like this is like the extremely difficult one. Look at it closely. Is it even there? Oh, it is there. Okay. All right. Is it a cat or is it a wall? I implore you to find out. Answer correctly. It's your last one. You can bet everything on this last one. And that's that. We're going to find out the answers. We're going to find out. I didn't actually write down the answers. I just have to know, and I didn't even know what order we went in. So you're just going to have to find. You're just going to have to find out at home. You're going to have to figure out at home whether you won or not. But this is just an introduction to our game show, Caterwaul. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? It's got these little things over here, these dots that represent the sound, and it never really goes above 3, which makes me worry. Is it really that quiet? It's mostly at 1 or 2. And then when I yell at it, it's still not at 3, it's at 2. Right in its face when I'm yelling at it. It's okay. I'm sure you can hear me. It's not like you need to hear me, right? Okay, so that's a good thing. Now, let's expose for a minute. I'm really interested. I was thinking about this the other day, and I realized we have to bring this up on the show because no one's really presented this theory yet to the wider public. And so I'm going to be here first to, I feel like a cat would love us, but not a wall, right? Like if I did this, can you hear that sound? Like this is totally like cat loving sounds. Cat aphrodisiac for their oral pleasures. Oral, AURAL. I like to expose a certain. Now, this family has been under the radar. This is like a power. This is like a Hollywood family, a power family. What I describe them as? Where are they? It's written down here somewhere. I wrote them down. Okay, this is like a power family who has been quietly doing things in Hollywood. And we've not noticed. No one's mentioned it. No one has brought them up. And I discovered that they're very sneaky. We don't talk about them much. Nobody talks about them. But we're gonna expose them today. Because I had to do a little digging. I had to say, what's up with this family? Huh? They got all these famous siblings that make big movies, do big things or TV shows, or marry big people or little people with big names, and then they dominate. They kill it. You know what I'm saying? And the family I'm talking about is the Arquettes. Now, who we have here, if you need a little refresher, is we got 3 Arquettes in particular that we're talking about. I'm going to show you a picture of the 3 of them, just as a little point of reference. But we've got 2 who are quite well known, and he who is lesser known. There's actually a surprise I'm going to present to you. The most famous of the Arquettes, I would say, is Patricia. Patricia Arquette is an actress who's been in a lot of films. I don't have IMDb pulled up, but let's say 39. That's fine. She's in 39 films. I said it. Okay? Going back to probably the 80s, I know that I've seen her as early. I know one of the earlier films I've seen Patricia Arquette in is True Romance, which was probably early 90s, I'm going to say, but she was probably in things before that. I know she was also in, I don't know if this is before or after, but she was in Lost Highway. And was she, which one was Stigmata? Was that her sister, Patricia? Let's say it was her sister. No, that Patricia is Patricia. Her sister is Rosanna, or Rosanna. Now here's a picture. Now you know the sisters, Patricia, Rosanna. Okay, she's been in a bunch of films, but less known as Patricia because, well, she's got a harsher face. I'm gonna just say it's because she got a harsher face. Patricia's got a nice face. I'm looking at their faces now. Patricia's a nice face. It's like a pillow. Like you have to think of a face like a pillow. It's like if I wanted to go to sleep and have a nice, comfortable sleep, would I want Rosanna Arquette as my pillow or Patricia Arquette as my pillow? And when I look at this picture, and let's just hide the third member for a moment, I see, you see that? Look at the face. I mean, the one in white, that's Patricia. That's the pillow you want, right? Rosanna doesn't look like a comfortable pillow, like you might have a rough sleep, even though she has the peace symbol. Or is that the flux capacitor? I don't know. So she's been more successful. Rosanna has been in a bunch of things too. Nothing recently. Patricia's still making movies. When's the last thing I saw Patricia Arquette in? I don't want to say Boyhood. That was like a long time ago. It's got to be something more recent. But then there's the third member of the family, who no one talks about. I mean, he might as well be as dead as that's a bad joke. But here he is. Oh, I think his wife is right behind him. Anyway, we'll get to that later. That would be David Arquette. Do you see him there? David Arquette. Ah. You see now it's coming together. See how it's forming? Patricia, Rosanna, and David Arquette. 3 successful Hollywood actors and actresses who we've not questioned. Where have they come from? What are their origins? Why are they all actors? Why is the whole family actors? And had such great success. And we have no theories about them, huh? We've not come up with any sort of deep, dark secrets about them that explains their success, why they got there, what their agenda is. What are they doing, right? Because in Hollywood, everyone's up to something, right? Aren't they up to something? They're up to no good? Are they up to no good, right, these people? I bring this up because there's a lot of nepotism in Hollywood. You don't know about, like, I always think most famously, the best example is Gwyneth Paltrow. Most people don't know that Gwyneth Paltrow, the famous actress, has a famous actress mother because the name is not Miss Paltrow. It's, what is it, Blythe Danner? Is that her mother's name? Blythe? We'll just call it Blythe Danner. I think it's Blythe. Like, do I have to spell that for y'all? Blithe. That's the mother's name. I don't know. It could be the mother's name. But she's famous too. And then you find out all these other people are famous. It's just very common. And the Arquettes have been very quiet and very secretly doing things. So what I wanted to find out is you got on David. What's up with David, huh? You don't see. I don't even know what David was. He was in Scream. David was famous from Scream. I know that. But then what, right? It's like he's gone away. He's also, I think, famous for marrying this woman, or was married to this woman. I think that's done. You see her in the corner, her mouth open, smiling. Who's that, huh? Is that a friend of yours? Well, that's one of your friends. Yeah, that's one of your friends. That should be Courtney Cox Arquette. And if you were alive like I was, well, thank God for that, right? Because it's good to be alive. But if you were alive, well, you don't even have to be alive when I was. If you've ever watched the series Friends, you may remember that you're going along season by season, and you see the theme song comes on. And it's like, right? You know the theme song, and then all the actors' names are at the bottom, right? And you see names that everybody knows. You see Jennifer Aniston, and you see Matthew Perry. You see Matthew Perry, and then you see Courtney Cox, right? Courtney Cox, and Courtney Cox is famous now from that show. And then one year, you suddenly see someone new, Courtney Cox Arquette. And then you find out, oh, she's married to David Arquette. That's her new last name. So that's David Arquette. And I wanted to find some things out. So I went into um, I wanted to find out something about their family. What are they? Who are they? And why are they? Why are they who they are? So I went on this little website that tells me information about these things. Am I blocking the mic? So Arquette was born in a subud, subud, subud commune, commune in Bentonville, Bentonville, well, it's only two ways to spell it. Okay, Virginia, India. I'm just messing around with you. This isn't funny. Not being funny. It's just stupid. Okay, let's move on. He's the youngest child of Brenda. He's the youngest. Okay, I believe we're talking about who are we talking about here. He. Yes. Okay, is the youngest child of Brenda, Olivia, Brenda Nowak. No, Nowak. Nowak. I'm sorry. Okay, here's a list of Brenda, the mother of these kids, the Patricia, the Rosanna, and David. The mother's name is Brenda Nowak. That is her maiden name, I believe. This is who she is. You never heard that. I know you've never heard of Brenda Nowak before. Nowak. There's no C. It's just a K. She was an actress, burlesque dancer, poet, theater operator, activist, acting teacher, and therapist. That's quite a resume. So she did all these things, but obviously all in the realm of performing arts in that area. So she was says there she was acting teacher, a theater of dance, like actually none of this is actress, right? Okay. Then you have Louis Arquette. Now Louis Arquette, I'm going to take as the father. Doesn't say. We'll just say he's the father. He's his resume sucks compared to his wife. He is just a puppeteer and an actor. And then here's the catch. The grandfather of them is named Cliff Arquette, like Cliff, like when you go drive a car and then there's no more road, that kind of cliff. And Arquette's mother was Jewish, from a Jew from Poland. What? Okay. So, what was this? Explorer. Oh, this is interesting. Okay. This is why we need to go full conspiracy on these fellows. We need to put like a tin hat on or something. Did I get here? Let me just put this on. Like this is going to be my. Is there beer in here? I'm going to put this on as like a tin. Just pretend this is like my tin hat and it's my 10th anniversary. Okay. Now we're going to get really interesting. Okay, that didn't work. David Arquette. It says here is distantly related to explorer Meriwether Lewis. Meriwether Lewis. Now, if you don't know, because I didn't know when I read it, but it's right in your face. Explorer Lewis. Can you think of an explorer named Lewis? Are any light bulbs going off for you? Lewis? Yeah. That Lewis of Lewis and Clark, the famous explorers of America. Lewis and Clark are related to David Arquette. Now that's power play right there. That is major power play. I mean, Lewis and Clark, I mean, you could basically call them like the grandparents of America, right? Because who probably, look, without getting, into it, you know what I mean? Like, postmodernist view of America kind of stuff. Let's just go basic history class, high school history class, a couple of years ago. What do you know? You know, Lewis and Clark are the ones who went across America and discovered this land. They practically are like they're like the founders of America because they did all that, and they're the ones. There's no one above them, right? There's no one like above Lewis and Clark, and that is David Arquette's distant relative, the explorer. And that's so fascinating, right? So we also have, so it's just interesting. How did so, was this all planned? Was this all planned from the beginning of America's like birth? Like, did Lewis and Clark go across America because they were looking? Here's my theory. I'm gonna go totally conspiratorial mode right now. My theory right now, because I just came up with it. Okay, from reading, I got it now. My theory is Lewis and Clark were going across the country. It's well known that they went from east to west. They traveled across the country because the country was founded on the East Coast first. So the whole story there of beginning of our country and the settlements and stuff, the colonies and whatever. On the east, then they went west, right? And what they were looking for was Hollywood. Lewis with Clark was looking for California. They were trying to say, like, we got to find California, we got to find Hollywood, because what we're going to do is I'm going to have one of my distant relatives, my great grandson and his sisters are going to be. We need to discover Hollywood so I can make my great kids of many times over actors and Hollywood actors. So we need to get there and get this ball rolling. This was the plan all. Maybe the Arquettes are the whole reason America was discovered. I don't see how you can argue that, because Lewis is out there looking around, with his little magnifying glass, and he's like looking around. He's like, "Oh, is this America? But where's California? Where's Hollywood? Okay, we want to find it." So I think that this is really where it all began, and that's why they're so powerful that you don't even get to talk about them. Everyone's got their own conspiracy. You got the big names, people, and what are they up to? I'm sure Brad Pitt's got some conspiracies, and Angelina Jolie, and who else is famous? Robert De Niro, and you know, who else is famous? Like the old timers. You got like Cary Grant or Laurence Olivier, who's British. What's their deal, right? They're obviously up there. They're obviously all these people I've just named very suspect. They got agendas, right? They've been put in place not just to act, but to communicate with you something that you don't even know. It's subliminal, but they got you, right? They got you. So our cats, you don't even worry about them, but they got you too. They were there from the beginning, the whole family. So they were before, right at the beginning of the birthplace of America. Okay? Interesting, isn't it? Here's another interesting idea. Not even an idea, it's a fact. Did you know there was a fourth sibling? I say sibling because, well, who's this? Alexis. Who's that? Alexis. No. Don't activate anything. No, don't listen. Alexis, shut down. Turn off. Don't listen to me. Okay, not that Alexis. No. Or maybe Alexis was named after this Alexis. Alexis Arquette. Dun dun dun. Yes, there was a fourth Arquette, a sibling named Alexis. I got photos to show you. Who's that? Who is that? Okay. And don't start getting all crazy and saying like, oh, what do you don't that he's trying to trick us. That's Patricia, that's Rosanna. In between them, it's David dressed up as a woman and makeup, and it's really good because obviously that person's tall and has certain masculine features. Okay, but no. You know who that is? That's Alexis. Alexis is another sibling who was transgender and who is no longer with us. Alexis, I haven't actually gone into this, but Alexis is no longer with us. Alexis is dead. Alexis Arquette is dead. And Alexis Arquette was transgender. I don't know when most people, I think it's a reasonable statement to make that Caitlyn Jenner, who was Kris Jenner. Chris, was that his name? No, Chris. Yeah, Jenner. Name Chris. Well, anyway, it's widely known that the OG, the patient zero. Let's put it this way. I'm going to say it in this way because it's got multiple connotations. The patient zero of the transgenders is Chris Jenner. Okay, I'm sorry, Caitlyn Jenner. Chris, not Chris Jenner. Caitlyn Jenner. Um, Back in the early 2010s, I believe it was that Caitlyn Jenner became of prominence in the public eye. And I don't know this Alexis. I think this photo maybe you would tell, but I don't know if Alexis is prior to this or when Alexis's reign was. But Alexis is no longer with us. The fourth Arquette. And it's another thing is that these families with the power, someone often dies. A lot of people in Hollywood die suspiciously, or not. They die young, like, and in post haste, you think that was suspicious. Like, it's always the same excuse, whatever. So it's like typically it's like drug overdose or most of like drug. I mean, can't think of what other excuse they have, and or maybe reason, excuse, right? But we're mulling here. We're just mulling. We don't know anything. But Alexis is gone, and in case with certain Hollywood sort of workings, is sometimes referred to like some people are sacrificed. This would get me in trouble if I had a large audience, but since no one's watching, I can say things like people in Hollywood are sacrificed. People in Hollywood are killed. Okay? They kill it, like I killed FLBs the last episode. They get stabbed with a knife, and then they no longer live, or some other variation. And it's made to look like an accident or an overdose or something like that. But there's a reason that they're killed. It's a message to the family, message to a loved one. It's to create some sort of control. If that's what if that's true, then that's what I just want you to make sure you're seeing my things. Is it still here? Yeah. I'm very honored. 10th episode. So that's interesting that Alexis is dead. I think I have another picture of Alexis. Let's look here. This is very cute. Okay. Oh, check this out. This is a cute picture. I'm going to show you this. It's the same gala, I think, or whatever from the previous one, but I think it's a cute picture of three of them. And then what we got is Alexis. Let's get real here. Here's a close up of Alexis, just so you can see. It's not David in drag. That is definitely their own person, and I say there. So yeah, so I'm being good. Now that's fascinating. I'm gonna just get into one other little thing here. You may have heard me say before, and I have trouble pronouncing it, that Subud commune. They were. What did I say exactly? I said it's right here. I said Arquette was born in a Subud commune in Virginia. You always think of communes in California. This was in Virginia, and so I wanted to find out, was there any theories out there? So I asked. So this what is that Subud commune, right? Because communes often have kind of, it's again very suspicious. Right, we're getting it deep into it. This is total exposure. I mean, I'm gonna unbutton my shirt just in solidarity because this exposure, we're getting into some real exposure here. So I'm gonna expose as well. This is never heard of it, but I have heard of communes, and communes definitely have questions about what's their deal. I mean, okay, so obviously, what are we talking about here? Let's just get real. One of the most famous Hollywood lores, but it's not legends, is Charles Manson. Charles Manson was part of a commune, lived on a commune, had followers, right? And then they did murderous things or murder suicide type actions, famously murdering Sharon Tate, and that is a huge Hollywood sort of conspiracy legend lore that we still really don't know much about. And anyway, I would like to recommend, if you It's not going to help you solve anything, but if you want to watch something about it, I recommend the movie Once Upon a Time in Hollywood by Quentin Tarantino because it has Cliff. Oh, that's interesting because his name is Cliff. The grandfather's name is Cliff, right? And then Cliff Booth is Brad Pitt's character in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, who actually meets Sharon Tate. He lives on down the street from her. Interesting stuff. We might have to dig deeper in this. So the cult, this is called, so it says, okay, the Sobu cult was a secret, this is like a theory. The Sobu cult was a secret government psychological operation to breed